What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by AutoTopNL. My name is Martin, and today I'm taking a look at this Porsche Cayenne Turbo Coupe. And not just any Cayenne Turbo Coupe, this is a tuned one by PP Performance. We've tested a lot of PP Performance cars in the past, and we've always really liked them. Really impressed with the performance gains and how the car just feels and handles after their tune. So I hope this is also the case for this Porsche Cayenne Turbo Coupe. What a peaceful sight this is. A 760 horsepower Porsche Cayenne. Once a farmer's car. The first gen is a bit of a farmer's car, let's be honest. In its natural habitat, right? Not as much as that G63 over there, but hey. So, what do you think of the coupe versus the normal body style? I personally like the normal one a bit better. I just don't get the coupe SUV. Although I think the Cayenne Coupe is the nicest one of them all. It looks alright. It looks like a model on its own instead of a chopped off normal SUV. Really like that. So we have the sports exhaust, as you can see, which is why we have these small tips within the bigger tip. We have a black car today, which is very menacing, especially with the sound that we get of the 300 cell downpipe and the different air filters and stuff like that. It really sounds like an evil badass, and it really looks like that too. We also have the Porsche carbon ceramic brakes. Absolutely huge brake system, carbon ceramics, really like that on a 760 horsepower 2.5 ton car. If this was on steel brakes, I would absolutely destroy them within 10 minutes on the Autobahn, which I actually did with the normal Cayenne Coupe on steel brakes, Cayenne Turbo that is. I did like 309, had to brake down to like 120 and the brakes were absolutely gone. So go for these carbon ceramics if you get a turbo, and especially if you tune it. So let's have a look at the engine and I'll tell you what they did to it. This is the 4-liter V8 bi-turbo. Stock we have 550 horsepower, 770 newton meters, and this one has two 300 cell downpipes, a valve control unit in the exhaust, and it's got all types of race filters in the air filter, stuff like that. And it no longer has an OPF, thankfully. So the valve controlled exhaust, why is it on there? Why do I mention that? It has a valve controlled exhaust as stock, right? Yes, it does, but you can't like control it. You can't say, okay, it's going to be open all the time. Not with this model year. So PP Performance have fitted a module with which you can operate that. And that's very important because in this setup, 760 horsepower, you don't want the back pressure of a closed exhaust. So that's really important. A small detail, but very important detail. And that's because PP Performance have lots of experience tuning this engine on various models and brands. So they really know in the smallest detail what they're doing and what they can expect from it. So the performance is absolutely amazing, which I'm going to show you on the Autobahn and on these beautiful roads. Let's get in. But first I'm going to tell you all about this lovely spec. I mean, this is brown with light brown. Now I like me some brown interiors. This is absolutely beautiful. It looks like a Porsche exclusive. I don't see any badges of it, but I'm pretty sure this is Porsche exclusive because it looks awesome. Let's be honest, I really like something different, which this absolutely is. Okay, let's start it up. Well, you can already hear it sounds absolutely amazing. Now we have a valve controlled exhaust. Let me close it up. That's a pretty good sound, right? Now let's open her up. Mode 1, Sport Plus. So the 300 cell downpipe makes sure that it can breathe freely, breathe out freely, and you really hear that. So it has much more of a throaty sound because of the downpipes and because of these valve control exhaust. Go to switch to mode 1, which is always open. You really have a very different sound, and I really like it. Sounds really sporty and aggressive. And I really like the fact that with these small changes, which they are, I'm going to turn off ESP altogether and going to show you how fast this thing actually is on launch control. Now I'm going to heat up the tires for a bit and then do a launch. Stock we got 3.93, best result from Draggy. So let's heat up those tires, braking a bit, turning in a bit, going on throttle a bit. You can really hear the sound. Is absolutely amazing. It's so loud. I just can't believe this is a 300 cell unit, which is quite a lot actually. It's quite a big catalytic converter. 2 of them actually, and it really sounds like it has like a decat downpipe. I mean, I can't imagine how loud this would be with a full decat. I think it would be too loud. Yes, boys and girls, there is such a thing. I mean, we like loud cars, but you don't have to overdo it, and I think this is perfect. This is right on the limit of what's acceptable for such a car. Holy moly. That was a 319. Wow. I'm just amazed. I've been doing this work for like 12 years now, and 12 years ago a 319 was hypercar level, but now I'm just going to enjoy this thing. These roads, this car, really lovely. I'm really surprised by how light and direct and sharp this Cayenne Turbo Coupe feels. I think it's a bit sharper and more dynamic than the non-coupe. Downside to that is they use 22-inch rims and a slightly different suspension setup to get that result. So on the irregularities, it's not really all that comfortable. Maybe using 21-inch wheels would have been a bit better, but I do like the fact that we have big, fat, wide tires to put down that 760 horsepower, because you don't want this 1000 Newton meter car to like go on a different route than you intended to. I mean, this is not a PDK gearbox, this is a torque converter, auto, but it's really good. It can easily handle the extra power and torque, and with normal driving it's just that bit smoother than a PDK unit, which has to like engage and disengage a clutch, which this gearbox doesn't have to do. So from a 3.9 to a 3.2, that's amazing. I mean, we have added over 200 horsepower, but still, that's amazing. Now let's go to the Autobahn and see what it will do over there. If you just put it in normal mode, it's absolutely fine. You wouldn't say this is a tuned Cayenne turbo. It's not bothering anyone with the valves closed. I really like the duality in the character of this car. It's a bit of a cliche, but I really like the fact that you can drive this as a family car and as a super performance car. Now, it's 4 o'clock, so it's going to be busy on the Autobahn. This is not our usual stretch, so don't expect great numbers. Well, it's quite empty, actually, behind me now. Let's see if we can get a little gap. Wow, that shift. Yeah, you can really lean on those carbon ceramics. So that was 100 to 200 in 7.25 seconds. Now stock it at 10.10, so that's 3 seconds faster. That's like in a different time zone. It's such a big difference. 0 to 200, stock 14.7, this at 10.9. That's nearly 4 seconds. Wow, that's amazing. I'm so impressed with it. And then 0 to 250, 27.1 versus 17.7. That's 9 seconds. This car could do 0 to 250 and then make a cup of tea, and then the stock one would pass by. That's amazing. It's just on another level, and I really like that. For the Porsche Cayenne Coupe GT, you have to pay a big premium over the normal turbo, but this being faster and way cheaper than that GT, I mean, stupid electric car not getting out of the way. Come on, don't ruin it for us petrol heads. Yeah, I know you're going to the right. You should have done that a minute ago. Oh, I just like the sound of going off the throttle at once, and then it gives this little bark in the exhaust. Really, really cool. Oh, that's a dirty sound. So 1000 Newton meters, let me show you those, because we've been driving horses and now we're going to drive some newts. Okay, we're in 5th gear, 100 kph, full throttle. It won't do that, but I'm going to upshift, 6th gear. Oh, you can just feel the whole drivetrain tightening up, and the power is just being squeezed through the gearbox to the wheels. It's such a lovely sensation, really. Jesus, it's fast. Back to auto mode, because I feel like we have a bit of a gap in front of us. Looks like it. Don't do it, Mr. Skoda. 329. Wow. Whew, what a ride. I mean, I would have easily done more than that, but I was in this little corner and you're just going too fast to anticipate stuff happening in front of you, so you just can't pull through. But if it was a straight, I mean, this thing would have done 340 easily, right? So that's it, guys. I really enjoyed this. I think this is the best SUV I've ever driven. Yeah, I'm going to conclude with that. It's the best SUV I've ever driven, the larger ones. So go subscribe to PP Performance channel by clicking right there. Go subscribe to our own channel by clicking right there. Go check out this POV review or check out the playlist. Thanks for watching, guys. See you at the next one. Bye.